Hi guys. So I wanted to make a video on the differences between BTS fan meetings in Korea and Japan because I went to both and they were both really fun, but they were pretty different. So let's take a look at Korea first. So the information you see in this video is not 100% accurate or like correct, or it's not like this is the absolute way it is. It's just my opinion. So in Korea, how you can get tickets for the fan meeting. If you're an official third term, if this year was third term, but if you're an official army, you get first preference. And on the day of the ticket buying, you can go onto the Interpark website, either the Korean or the global, whichever you signed up for. And you wait until the time, and then you click really fast and get the tickets. So the tickets were, it was around like $35 each, which is pretty okay. Like it's pretty cheap tickets, like ticket-wise. But you can choose your own seat. So if you don't do it like within the minute from when it opens, you can't get good seats. And then you can, if you live in Korea, you can either get it delivered, or if you don't, you can pick it up on the day of the fan meeting at the location. You just have to show them your confirmation and stuff. So that's pretty simple. Yeah. So let's move on to the location. So the Korean fan meeting, the official BTS third muster was in Seoul at the Gochok Skydome, which is a baseball stadium. So it was really, really big, and there were a lot of people. But the whole like area was also decorated really nicely. Like you can immediately tell that BTS is having their fan meeting there because there were like posters of like each member everywhere and like group photos and everything. It was really nice. So you can get to the Gochok Skydome by train from like Hongdae area or wherever you live. It takes like 20-30 minutes, I think. I don't really remember. But the trains can get really crowded because everyone comes early to line up for the goods. And oh my gosh, like those lines are so long. But yeah, they have the official merchandise booths, and then they have like the fan-made non-official kind of, those kind of merchandises like right outside the stadium. Like there'll be girls selling that kind of stuff, and you can get it, and there will be people giving out like free slogans that you can hold up during the fan meeting and stuff. So it was pretty interesting. Like there was a lot of like fan-made stuff too, but basically people go there really early and they line up, and then like most of the Korean fans just like stand in line and like just, I don't know, eat food and put on their makeup and stuff like that. But the location itself was like in the middle of highways and stuff, so there weren't really any like convenience stores or anything nearby. So it was just like that location is mainly the baseball stadium. So that's pretty nice though. It was very interesting to see. So let's move on to the actual like fans. So if you look at the armies who came to the Korean fan meeting, there were a lot more people compared to Japan because it's like a bigger fan meeting, I guess. And the lines, as I said before, they are so long. Okay, take a look at how long the line was for day 2 of the Korean fan meeting. So yeah, as I said before, the line was really long, and I waited like 4 hours or something. It was long, but it was worth it. And then the armies, like the fans themselves, are pretty young. Like they're all maybe 20, 21. There were a few older fans and a few younger fans. And there were actually a lot of foreigners. Like I saw a lot of people from around the world who came for the fan meeting. So that was really cool to see. I didn't expect there to be like any foreigners, but there were lots. And then there were the staff that were there. They looked like just normal people who were like recruited by Big Hit just for this event. Like they didn't look like old normal working staff members. And there were also like interpreters walking around, like people who could speak like Japanese, Chinese, English to help like international fans and stuff to get around and like locate their seat and stuff. Like that was so nice. That was very helpful. And yeah, there were live performances too. Like, you know those cover groups who like dress up like BTS and like have their hair like BTS and do BTS stuff? There was one of those on, yeah, I don't know. I think it was only on the first day, but I went to see and it was pretty cool. And yeah. So there were comparatively fewer official armies who were part of the like the fan cafe, I think, because there was an army like special event booth that they would give you a photo card if you showed them like your army card thing and your government ID, and it was random, but I got Suga, and yeah, I didn't see many people at that booth, so maybe they just all went at different times or something, but that was there. And they had like a raffle booth where, not raffle, but it was like a random thing where you can get like a plastic ball from a vending machine kind of thing, which has like a random member keychain. And I actually got the keychain that does not have a member. There's like 7 for one for each member, and then there's one that just says BTS. And I got that one, which I'm so happy about because I love them all equally. Okay, so let's move to like the actual concert, like inside, not the concert, but the fan meeting. So it was actually really cold inside the baseball stadium, and like I had to keep my coat on, and it was cold. But yeah, that's a random fact, but it's cold. So they have different entrances based on where you're sitting, and I was sitting on the ground level on the front left corner, and then so you enter the stadium, and then they have like, you know, they have those 2 screens on the left and the right, so like people who are in the 3rd floor and stuff can still see like the members and stuff. They play like the official music videos on those, so you can just like go in early, sit and just watch their music videos. And like as more and more people come in, they'll start doing like fan chants even for the music videos. It's just great. It was just great. And so basically they played all like the 2 title songs, so you know, No More Dream and We Are Bulletproof, and then in the end they played Fire and Save Me. And then when it came to Pidam Numur, they played it like at full volume, like how the actual concert volume is, and oh my gosh, it was great. But yeah. So they were really strict about photography and stuff. Like you cannot, if they see you with your phone in your hand, like there were so many staff members just like walking around, and like they were like, we're gonna throw you out if you like even do anything with your phone. So I really wanted to take a lot of videos because, you know, memories, but I really couldn't. But this is how it looked inside, like 4 seconds, but you know, you can see the dope music video playing, and like it kind of looked like this. Somehow, even though they're so strict, there are a lot of fan photos, like from fan sites and like videos, and they're all such good qualities, and I'm like, where did you even hide that DSLR? Like, but I'm thankful to them because I can remember those moments forever. But anyway, so the fans themselves, like in concert, so when like BTS says something to the fans and we're like supposed to reply, everyone goes like, nah, you know, that's Korean for yes. And then when something like sad happens, when they're like, this is our last song, everyone would be like, oh, just like for their disappointment. I just thought that was interesting. But yeah, and the army bomb, actually, like, so everyone has their like fan light, and it was actually always on this mode, like the this mode, and it was like most fans had it on the whole time, like the whole 2-3 hours. So yeah, I thought that was interesting. In Japan, it's actually different, and everyone does the fan chants really like strictly. Like no one sings the entire song. Like I'm always that person who's like screaming the entire song, and then everyone's just like, you know, save me, and I'm just like the whole song. But you know, usually everyone was just doing the fan chants. And when fans want to like get the attention of any of the members. They'll usually be like oppa or like Jimin oppa or something like that. It's different in Japan. But yeah, and when BTS is talking, like everyone's silent, like no noise, nothing. Okay, so let's move on to BTS themselves. So for BTS, they just looked really, okay, this is my first time seeing them, so I was just like in tears and like dying. But anyway, they were really comfortable. Like you can tell like they've become used to like meeting fans and like being on stage and stuff. It was really nice. But they just do like a lot of free talking, and like they do a lot more like activities. Like I guess they just kind of feel more comfortable just like talking in general. And so they did like the army bomb wave, and like, you know, then it like lights up. It's like completely dark and then it lights up from like the front to the back. I'm sure you've seen videos. And they also had an official event where they gave us like a purple bag, and you can put the army bomb in that purple bag and then the army bomb becomes purple. So that was really nice. And yeah, the opening when they say like hello, you know, 방탄소년단 슈가입니다, whatever, they say like more stuff. And the ending also, like when they say their feelings about the whole thing, they talk a lot more and stuff. Yeah, so now let's look at like every member individually and see how they were. So yeah, so first, Rap Monster Namjoon, he's actually really shy, and he keeps like, he actually does a lot of aegyo, but then I don't know, he feels really shy, and then he just like, so he basically goes like 사랑해요, and then he's like like he keeps covering his mouth. It's so cute. But yeah, Rapmon was shyer than I thought. I thought that he'd be like, yeah, I'm Rap Monster or whatever, but he was so cute. And then next, Jin was pretty awkward. Like he didn't say much, and he was just like standing there really cutely. But of course he did a lot of songkiss. Like he was just like all the time, and it was really great. It was funny. But next, Jimin. Oh my gosh, Jimin. He doesn't do aegyo like if someone's like do aegyo, he's just really awkward about it. But he's just naturally overflowing with aegyo. Like he's always like smiling and like, oh my gosh, I can't even describe it. But and he does a lot of fan service too. Like he'll purposely smile at one section and all of them would be like yay, and then he'll look away and then he'd do it again and everyone would be like yay. It's really good, funny. But and then next, J-Hope does a lot of aegyo, a lot. Like he just does it all the time, and all the members just like, and all the fans are like yes. And then he actually like talks a lot, and he like maintains the flow of the conversation. Like if there's like no awkward pauses. Like J-Hope is like, he sets the atmosphere. I was like so impressed. Yeah. And then Taehyung, V was kind of like more subdued than you usually see him in like Bangtan Bombs or something. I guess, I mean, it might have been because he was a little sad, but he was kind of subdued. But he's the one who like talks the most, like not on script. Like if it's like someone else's turn to talk, he'll just be like, but wait, and then he'll like say something random. Yeah. And then next, Suga. So there's a character, like not a character, but there's a type of character in like Japanese anime or something, or all those things. It's called tsundere. I'm pretty sure most of you have heard of it. But he's so like Suga's always just like, yeah, I'm a genius. And yeah, like in the beginning when he's supposed to introduce himself, he'll just be like, and then he'll take out his like in-ear thing and then be like, 안녕하세요, 슈가입니다. And like he's great. And he talks a lot in the Korean fan meeting. But and then next, Jungkook. Jungkook is so much like more shy than I expected. Like he doesn't say much, and he's always just like looking at his hyungs, just talking. And then he's very like polite and gentleman-like. Like he'll be like, even when talking to armies, he doesn't like overdo it or anything. He's always just like, yeah, take care, I will work hard, I love you guys, and stuff like that. Just very gentleman-like. So I really appreciate that. yeah, so that's all I have for Korea. I can't really explain it because it was just really awesome, but yeah. Oh, this is the photo set that I got from the muster. So this is what it looks like. Like, this was the general theme of the whole thing. It was like a kind of greenish, sea green kind of color theme. And the ticket kind of looks like this. And it's really nice because they have like the picture and like it's very memorable. But oh, this is the official stamp you get if you're an official army. Yeah. But yeah, Korea was super fun, and I think I'm gonna try to go again for their Wings tour in Seoul. We'll see if I can get tickets, but yeah. Let's move on to Japan. Okay, so in Japan, how you get tickets it's a lottery system for almost everything, like every K-pop group in Japan, I think. So since almost all armies in Japan are official armies, there are like lottery application periods. So you go in through the website, log into your like account, and then you just like fill out the application. And if you get elected or if you win in the lottery, you get like a confirmation number, and you can take it to your local convenience store and print out the ticket, and then like it'll give you like a random seat. So basically you pay the same amount, and like you can get like a totally awesome seat right next to the stage, or you could like be on the 17th floor or whatever. But it's random. It's literally a lottery system. And the tickets were more expensive. It was around like $90-ish, even though it's just a fan meeting. But Japan, yeah. So I was on the first stands, like, so I guess the second floor, so it was pretty good. It was pretty close, and it was nice. So the location, it was at the Yoyogi National Gymnasium. So that's in Yoyogi, which is right next to Harajuku. So there was a lot to do. Like, I went early and stood in line, which was much shorter, by the way. And like after I got my merchandise, I just went to Harajuku and like went to a cafe or something and like look around. So that was nice. Good location. Yeah, so but there was almost no like decoration or posters or anything. So unless you go close, and like if you're wondering why there are so many people in that location, you go close and then there's like a sign that says Kimi ni Todoku, like the name of the fan meeting, and then there's like a tape that saying like, welcome to BTS official Japanese fan meeting, Kimi ni Todoku, blah blah blah. So you can't really tell from far away because there are no big posters or anything. And there were a lot more booths for like merchandise and stuff, but they were all like much smaller. So there was a official goods booth, and then there was the official army booth. Like if you're an official army, they also like you have to show them your official card, like the Japanese fan card thing, and your government ID. So they give everyone the same photo card, and it's called a heart event. So it's just a picture of, wow, that's not focusing. It's a picture of all of them just doing a heart. So yeah, and yeah, the ticket that you get from the convenience store looks like this, and they stamp it if you're an official army. But yeah, there are a lot more booths. Like there was a booth that was selling the youth album, and if you buy it at that venue at that time, you get like a special poster. And then there was a booth that was taking like reservations for, there's the Best of BTS album coming out in January. So if you like pre-order that at that venue at that time, you get like free like photo cards. I guess they're photo cards, but they give you 2 per reservation, I think. So I pre-reserved like the Korean Best of BTS Korean version, and I got these 2, Jimin and Jungkook. They're really nice. I mean, they're very poor material, but they are very pretty. So that's really nice. Yeah. So they also had a booth that like if you renew your membership, like your Japanese official fan club membership for another year at that location at that time, you get some other photo card. And if you bring a friend who is not in the fan club and make them apply at that time, you get another photo card. So they basically just had like a lot of stuff, like a lot of fan service good thingies. But there was also no fan merchandise being sold anywhere, like no unofficial merchandise anywhere. The fans were all wearing like these kind of necklaces with like big faces of the person they like. I'll put a picture somewhere because I can't describe it, but it was very interesting to look at. And there were, there was no like none being obviously sold, but that's probably because you can find it in other places and people already have it. Like they had all their like backpacks were like fully decorated and like they had pins and buttons and everything everywhere. Yeah. So let's just move right into how the fans were, like Japanese armies. So there were not as many people because I guess it was a 3-day event, so not as many people would. I went for the first day, but I guess, it's kind of staggered. And the location is smaller. It's smaller than the Korean Gochok-Skydo. So not many people. The line wasn't very long. So here's what the line looked like. Okay, I was kind of at the front-ish end of the line in Japan, so maybe I didn't think it was long, but I guess it was kind of long. But people bring like these small foldable mini chairs and just sit there and like eat and talk and stuff, yeah. And then there were a lot more older people, like moms, and like I even saw like a grandma, like they were like 30s, in their 30s, there were people in their 30s and people in their 70s and stuff, so that was interesting. And I was like one of 3 foreigners at the fan meeting, so not many foreigners, not at all like Korea. So yeah, as I said before, fans wear a lot of like BTS merchandise, whether official or not, and they're very fashionable. Like they dress up more, I guess. That's a random fact, but it's true. And then so the staff who are standing there and like giving you directions and stuff are like, they're like wearing suits and like they're actual like in their 30s working staff of the gym or of Big Hit or something like that. But they were actual people, like they weren't like our age volunteer kind of people like Korea. They were actual like old people. Yeah. But everything was in Japanese, so the signs were in Japanese. They like the staff members will speak Japanese. Everything was in Japanese, and sometimes the signs will be written in Korean, but there's unfortunately no English, not much English. But yeah. There was an interesting fact. There was a lot of like after you get the photo cards, which by the way look like this. The photo set for the Japanese Japanese fan meeting looked like this, and the theme for the Kimi ni Todoku, this fan meeting, was kind of like blue and white, so it was very aesthetic and stuff, yeah, but it was nice. But a lot of fans, like they will buy the photo cards, and there was a lot of like exchanging. Like I guess people just need to get like the set of their bias or something, but since I like all the members, I don't really like do that stuff. But there was a lot of like exchange going on. Like look at this video. So as you saw, like that big crowd over there was just people exchanging and trading photo cards. Like that was interesting. Yeah. So basically let's move on to like in the concert. So you just line up outside, and then like the staff will like show you where to go, and you just go sit down. And it wasn't as cold, but I still had to wear my jacket because it was like Japan was cold that day, and it was like 6 or 7. It was much later than the Korean fan meeting. So you go inside, and they have the same 2 like screen thingies, and they were playing the BTS music videos, the official music videos, and wherever there's a Japanese version, they will play the Japanese version. So for like No More Dream and like Danger and like 상남자, they played all the Japanese versions. But for example, like Dope has a Japanese version, but it doesn't have an official music video, so they just play the Korean one. And then they of course played like For You and like all the Japanese only music videos and songs. And then same as the Korean, when it came to like Pidam Numur, they put it on like full audio, and everyone was like yay. And yeah, it was awesome. And then so they were pretty strict about photography and videos, but like at the beginning when everyone's sitting down, they're just like don't do it and stuff. But then during the actual fan meeting, like no one checks. Like I guess they're also just watching the fan meeting. So it was much more relaxed than Korea. So I did get quite a few fan cams, which I'll put at the end or in the middle somewhere. Yeah, I forgot to say that, but I'll just be putting random videos here and there because I didn't really plan this. I should have planned this. Anyway, yeah. So the fans themselves, like when they respond to if BTS says something and they respond, they go like they say "eh" or "hi," which is like both yes in Japanese. And then when they're sad or when someone says like last song, they all go like "hey," which is pretty common. Like that's how you express astonishment in Japanese, I guess. I don't know. But yeah. And the army bomb was different from Korea, so it was almost always on this mode or like this mode, like the slow blink or the constant mode. And like when BTS is talking, it like most of the fans turn it off. So it's just like some of them have it on. I had it on the whole time, but like most of the fans turn it off. I don't know why, but yeah. And then like when BTS is talking, like they turn off their army bombs and like they still like call the members' names and stuff. So it's not like pin drop silence like Korea. Like they'll still be like woohoo, yay, cheering, or like say the members' names. And for the members' names, they don't say like oppa or anything. They'll just be like Jimina or like, you know, Jin and stuff. So yeah. And then there was a lot more like full song singing than the fan chants. People did do fan chants like the, you know, Kim Namjoon, Kim Seokji, Min Yoongi, that one. But if it's a Japanese song and they know the lyrics, they'll just sing the whole thing. And yeah. And they like talk a lot, like when if BTS says something and like they'll just like go turn to their friend and like talk about that. Like it's not like in Korea like no one was talking. So here like they'll be like, oh my gosh, kawaii toka, you know, like just comment and stuff. So yeah. So let's move on to BTS themselves. So BTS was, I don't know what I expected, but like they were so hyper. Like they were just like jumping around and like talking and laughing and playing, and I was just like, what's happening? Like, wow. And so like the talking, they mostly only say like the lines they rehearsed, because I guess like they're not as comfortable talking Japanese like as Korean. So they mostly only say their rehearsed lines, but like some of them will just say like throw out random Japanese words. It's really cute. And then they love playing around and like ignoring the MC for some reason. But like in the Japanese fan meet, they just like they'll be like talking amongst themselves and like they'll just like totally go like away from the topic, and the MC will just be like and they'll just be like talking among themselves. It was funny. And then there's more like planned fan involvement, like you might have seen videos, but like they have these signed balls that they like throw at fans, or not at fans, but like give them to fans. yeah, and like they like shoot t-shirts into the audience and stuff like that. So there's a lot more planned stuff, not like suddenly out of the blue like Korea. Like they're not just gonna like, start talking about some topic, but it was there was a lot more games too. Like there was a word guessing game and like something else, and I don't really remember. But yeah, let's move on to like every individual member. So Rap Monster was also like just like Korea. He was really shy and lots of aegyo. Like he'll just be like "aishiteru" and then like cover his face and just be like, "Oh my gosh, what did I do?" And it's really cute. And everyone like all the other members are like, "Oh my gosh, we've never seen him do this. Let's make him do it again." And all the fans are like, "Yes." And then he's just like, "Oh my gosh." So it was funny. And then he spoke the most Japanese because I guess he probably knows the most Japanese. But yeah, he did all the like the official "we'll work harder in the future," hello, stuff like that, you know. And then Jin was really a lot more active than the Korean fan meeting. Like he was just being really cheesy, but he was just being so extra. Like, oh my gosh. And then of course he did his song kiss a lot of times, of course. And then Jimin was pretty much the same as in Korea. Like he was just overflowing with aegyo like without even knowing. And then a lot of fan service, like so much. Like yeah, as I said for the thing in Korea too, he would like look at fans and look away, and then he was I'm sure you've all seen like videos and pictures of this, but he and Taehyung went around and they were just like heart, and like the whole section would be like yay, and so he just went around and be like, everyone let's do the heart, so like the whole entire stadium was just like heart. So it was fun. But Jimin spoke a lot. Like his Japanese is pretty good, and like he spoke a lot and like spoke to the members a lot and stuff. It was good. And then J-Hope, of course, a lot of aegyo, which is called like aikyo in Japanese, and he did a lot of aegyo, and yeah, he talked a lot, and he still keeps, even though it's in Japanese, he still keeps the flow of the conversation. Like he's just like so desu ka, so desu ne, like little affirmation words and stuff. It was fun. Yeah. And then Taehyung, V was so hyper. Like he's just like the MC will be like talking to him, and he'll be like smiling at the fans or doing something else, and the MC will just be like, "Ano V-san," and then he'd just be like, "What?" Yeah, it was really funny. And he was always trying to talk. Like if it was some other member's part, he would like walk over to that member and like start talking to him. It was really funny. Yeah, and then Suga, it was kind of like opposite of the Korean fan meeting. Like he didn't talk much, and at times like none of the other members spoke any Korean actually. Like the MC was also an interpreter, but none of them actually like spoke Korean. But Suga sometimes, like if he needed to like answer some like question or something, he would like speak in Korean and the MC would like translate. But he spoke quite a bit of Japanese. Like I've seen previous videos, and he didn't used to say much, but he like said quite a lot, and like even not rehearsed lines, like he said quite a lot of his own will. So proud of you, Min Yoongi. And then Jungkook also opposite to the Korean fan meeting. He was so hyper. You guys saw the V app that he did like after the fan meeting. I feel like that was like on the night of the day I went to. Not sure, but you saw how hyper he was. Like that's exactly how he was on stage. Like he was just like, he was always making jokes and always laughing and always smiling, and so I was just like, wow, that's great. And then he was very like, he was being very like cheesy, like manly, you know. Okay, that didn't make much sense, but basically it's like there's a phrase in Japanese like otoko-rashi, so like very like stereotypical manly things. Like he would be like, "Ami-san, kiyotsukete kaete ne," like go home carefully, and you know, those kind of things. And yeah, he also spoke quite a bit of Japanese. Like when they sang Arayo, the fan song in Japanese, and then he was just like, he wanted like the fans to sing it again. They were just trying to like buy some time. But he was just like, "알아요, 忘れてないですね." Like, you haven't forgotten our 알아요, right? And he was just being really cute. And yeah, basically, that was the Japanese fan meeting. They were a lot more hyper than I expected in Japan. But both of them, so worth it. I'm so glad. And I probably won't get to see them as much after the Wings tour in Seoul if I get to go, but because like I'll be going back to America, and by the time they'll be in Korea, and then I have to go back to school, as in finish college and stuff. So yeah, need to make the most of my stay in Japan. Yeah. Anyway, this was a very horribly planned video, but I hope you all like got some sense of what the fan meetings are like in Korea and Japan. If you have any questions, like leave them in the comments. I'll do my best to answer them. I really hope this didn't become too long, because I always have this tendency of like talking too much, and then I'm like, why is this video 20 minutes? But yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. See you in my next video, whatever it is. I have a lot of homework, so. But yeah,